We have some big time practice updates for you today as the San Francisco 49ers kick off their first practice of the week. We do know it is a bye week. However, they are not treating it like a bye. They want to get two solid practices in to keep them sharp and ready to go as they get prepared for the divisional round. But as you can see on the screen, we got Arik Armstead back. Oh, baby, it feels good. According to Matt Barrows, Arik Armstead is on hand for today's 49ers practice. And as you can see, his first session since late November. Boy, oh boy, what a great addition to this 49ers team. As we know, they have missed Arik Armstead mightily on the interior of that defensive line. So getting him back is huge, but there are a lot more updates to come out of this practice. And before we get to that, take a look for yourself as you see Arik Armstead trotting on the field. Again, it definitely wasn't ideal not having Arik Armstead for as many weeks as he was out. However, you have to imagine he's got fresh legs. And even Kyle Shanahan said that if they needed him in that final week of the season, Arik would have gone. So they kept him out as a precaution and gave him extra time to rest. So that is absolutely huge. But there are more significant updates in regards to our first practice back. Some good, some I have some questions, but let's get into it and then we'll discuss what we're seeing and what we're thinking. First off, let's start with the good news. You see that smiling face right there. That is rookie Ji'Ayir Brown, who's had to step in for Talanoa Hufanga and has done an admirable job and is expected to be relied on pretty heavily for the San Francisco 49ers throughout this playoff run. So he has returned to practice. Great news for the 49ers. I would say Ji'Ayir Brown and Arik Armstead are really the headliners for guys to return, but it's not just him that are returning. Also, with Ambry Thomas, as we heard, he had to have surgery on his hand after the Washington game, missed the final week of the year, but he is back practicing and is expected to be ready to go for the divisional round based on whoever we face. We don't know just yet. George Odom, who had his window opened from IR, is officially back at practice again. Another big one for the 49ers as their safety depth has been tested. Last week, their top four safeties, they only roster four that they went into this year with, were all out. So the fact that you're getting these guys back is a big situation. Again, George Odom is a baller on special teams and all pro, in fact. And on top of that, you have Jauan Jennings returning. Yes, this is great news. We have missed Jauan Jennings. Third and Jauan has been a dog for the 49ers throughout his time with the team, and he was definitely missed over these last few weeks. So Jauan has officially cleared the concussion protocol, and he is on track to play in that divisional round playoff game. So thank goodness. But there are some players that aren't practicing that we do have some questions about. I'm still in real-time update mode, so trying to see if we get any additional updates as practice continues, and I will let you know if anything comes down. But not seen at practice today, Jonathan Feliciano. Well, this is interesting because he did dress for the Week 18 game against the Rams. I saw him warm up. I saw him practice snaps. He just didn't play. And he was dealing with a back throughout that week as well. And he continues to still be on the shelf. So I wonder if this is just precautionary, just giving him time to work through whatever potential injury he's got. So we'll continue to monitor what's going on with Feliciano again. And if you're starting to see these names on this list, just remember that they're not playing this week. So we'll start really ramping up any potential concern for players who are missing practice next week. Right now, keep an optimistic eye on these reports as you listen to who we're talking about not being available. So Tashawn Gibson not available. So that is where our radar starts to ping, 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 ping. Like, okay, Tashawn Gibson not practicing. So that will be one that we continue to monitor as we go throughout this week. Again, they'll have one more practice and then they will push to next week on a normal practice schedule. Another ping, ping, ping. Dre Greenlaw not practicing, apparently has Achilles tendonitis. So that is one that we will absolutely heavily monitor moving forward. So we'll see if there's any impact again. If he starts missing practices next week, then I think we will officially be concerned about Dre Greenlaw. But for right now, we're still cautiously optimistic. So not hitting the panic button just yet. But of course, we want Dre Greenlaw out there. Cleveland Farrell, we know about already. So no surprise there with him not practicing. He has the knee and is expected to miss at minimum one playoff game, could miss a few. So we'll see what Cleveland Farrell's availability will be looking like beyond this week. So no surprise as we'll continue to see his name pop up on this list. And at the very bottom, you'll see Christian McCaffrey's name, and that may come across as a surprise to some of you. But if you've been watching our update videos and you've been following along, you would know that this is part of the plan. Christian McCaffrey is good to go. He said that he would have been good to go last week if needed to. And this is just precautionary. They aren't practicing him. Kyle Shanahan already spoke on this, said that the plan is to let him just kind of rest, and then they will get him back into practice next week. So nothing too overly concerning here. I think the biggest surprise out of this injury report is definitely Dre Greenlaw not being out there. So that's something that we will have to keep our eye on moving forward. But good news for the most part. The 49ers are getting healthy at the right time. And again, this is the beauty of the bye week, that with those guys that aren't practicing, it's fine. Give them the time. They don't have to force themselves through practice and have the wear and tear and all those different types of things. So I like it. I'm feeling optimistic. How are you feeling? Are you concerned, optimistic? I want to hear from you in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.